Welcome back to the review of Unit 4, Contagious Cops. So in the previous section, I mentioned that the cops in Chicago were not all that happy about getting vaccinated and not planning on getting vaccinated or telling the city about their vaccination status. And their labor union, the Fraternal Union of Cops, Organization of Cops, I've forgotten what their name is, but they have supported the cops in this. And so they are fully supporting and backing anybody on the police force who does not want to get vaccinated. And so a lot of people have said, or a lot of cops have said, that they will be conscientious objectors, which means that they are doing it for principled reasons.
I see.
Conscientious objector.
Conscientious objector. On principle that they are not going to reveal their vaccination status to the city by the deadline, which means that many of them will get suspended and without pay, but it means that many of them will not be going to work. And the union has estimated that maybe 50% of the cops may be conscientious objectors and therefore not showing up to work after the deadline for this mandate.
Suspend.
Suspend.
Mandate.
Mandate. Chicago is known for being one of the more dangerous cities, and so there is a lot of crime in Chicago. And so the police officers and the police union are kind of betting on the fact that the city will not be able to function with 50% or more of their police officers out of commission. But the mayor, Miss Lori Lightfoot Mayor of Chicago, she has said bring it. So she is ready for this fight. And she thinks that it's just as dangerous to have police officers interacting with the community who have willfully decided that they will not get vaccinated for this dangerous disease that is spreading around.
Bring it.
Bring it.
Willfully.
Willfully. So the city is hoping that they can, get along without the people who don't show up for work because they have not gotten their vaccination. And so I guess it remains to be seen what will happen in this situation. But what do you think would happen in Korea if half the police officers, or in your hometown, if half of the police officers were unable to come to work?
Wow. Well, I mean, in Korea, quick answer, I think most of the police would get it, or there's a lot of social pressure to get it. Now, I don't think they would have to reveal their status necessarily. I don't know, but in a more American context that I understand, there's a lot more emphasis on the independent kind of freedom or your independence essentially overall as a citizen. And a lot of people are pushing that, right? That one, I don't have to tell employers or people my status if I choose to get it or if not. A lot of conscientious objectors, like you said, based on principles, morals, whatever reason. I think that if half the cops just stopped coming to my hometown in Texas, there obviously is going to be an increase in crime. A huge strain on the cops that are there, the mental stress and everything on emergency services is going to be a huge issue. There's not a massive amount of crime in my hometown.
Okay, that's good.
But it's still enough to keep constant pressure on the police force as is. They need more police, so it'd be disastrous if more than 10-20% don't show up.
Right.
How about for where you're from?
I grew up in a very small town, and I don't even know how many police there are, but maybe it's on the scale of 10 or 20, maybe.
I see.
And It was a relatively low crime town. So like the biggest, we have a local newspaper just for a town, and in the local newspaper they give, you know, who's been arrested and all of it. So first of all, they can actually list those in a small town newspaper.
Wow.
So it's few enough that they can list it, and it's usually like, you know, busting a teenager's party or something like that. So there's not a lot of really major crime going on in my town. So they could probably get along with only half of their police officers. But you know, it's not a good situation when the police officers, you know, don't show up for work en masse.
Right. And I think it's a little bad on the mayor's part to challenge them with that, like, bring it attitude. You know, you don't want to challenge the people you need for security and safety and emergencies.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't know. Hopefully that gets resolved.
It's a complicated situation. Okay, and that's it for Unit 4, Contagious Cops. We'll see you in the next video.